Alright guys, welcome back. This is Vaipo. I'm back with the next part of the League of Legends ranked series. I think this is part 5 if I'm not mistaken. And this is actually going to be quite an interesting one. I recently found out, I found out a few minutes ago that I may just have a celebrity among us in this game. Now, the celebrity I'm talking about is Fnatic Seiruz. Seiruz, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's up here. He's playing Hecarim, and he is the highest ranked player in this game. And another thing that's interesting about this game is it's actually the highest rated game I've ever casted. I would considerably say that this is Challenger League, because 4 of the players in this game are actually Challenger. But yeah, I would probably say that this is Challenger because there's a lot of high rated players here. So it's between Challenger and Diamond 1. But anyways, let's jump straight into the game. We actually have a very early game. As you can see, I joined it at 1 minute into the game. I managed to catch a very early game, so we're still getting a lot of action. There's actually an invade here that I spotted from the very beginning, and I quickly went back when I joined just so I did not see the first blood. I know there's a few kills gonna go off here, and it does look like Thresh might just get dropped here. Actually, look, Katarina getting a little bit greedy. She does end up getting low, but she does back away. Fizz is gonna get taken out by Kha'Zix actually, and then we have Thresh here. He's gonna be a bit safe. Looks like Zara is going to have to flash. She does miss her roots, which means she is going to get taken out by Elise. So we have a 2-for-1 trade right now. Caitlyn might be in a bit of trouble. She does have 2 people chasing after her right now. Is she going to get dived? She's not going to get dived. There's not a hope in hell that would be a smart idea right now. But Hecarim chasing right after Elise. Elise in a lot of trouble right now. But Hecarim drops first. Elise is safe. Caitlyn is going to get dived on by Hecarim. Oh my god, that was just a big mistake there by what's his name, Rengar. He took that tower hit that really screwed him up pretty badly there. So a lot of action going off in this very high rated game at the very beginning. So there we go. That was a very action packed start, I would say. That was unbelievable. A lot of trading. But Fizz, I'm assuming this was a direct counter to Katarina, because of course Katarina, you know, obviously countered by Fizz. So let's quickly go through teams. I'll go through the middle first, seeing as I'm here anyways. Fizz is 2607, Challenger 1. Katarina is Diamond 1, 2498. So based on ranking and the fact that Fizz ridiculously counters Katarina, I would say that Katarina is going to have to be very careful in this matchup. Otherwise she could end up causing an early GG from the blue team, from the purple team, because, you know, a fed Fizz is a dangerous Fizz. Actually, a fed anything is a dangerous anything. If that makes sense. Now let's quickly have a look at bottom. No, one sec. Yeah, I thought there was going to be some sort of engagement here, just a bit of harassment going off. Alright, Miss Fortune, she's 2527, Diamond 1, with Thresh, who is Gold 1, 1812. Yes, I said Gold 1. This guy's the lowest ranking player in this game, and I'm not sure whether he's getting carried or he just got really unlucky to be playing with such high rated players. But Miss Fortune does look like she might end up getting dropped here, actually not quite having enough damage to take her out there, so she does drop pretty low. Now Thresh does not have a heal. He does have a shield, but not a heal. So they're going to want to be very careful here. And as you can see, Miss Fortune still has her barrier, so obviously she thought that, you know, she might bait them under the tower and that might cause, you know, one of them to die. But this might be a bit of a dangerous situation for her as well. She could get taken out pretty easily if she's not careful. Wow, do we really have a Katarina that just killed Fizz? Look at that, she actually managed to kill him. And I believe that he came back a little bit. I didn't expect her to dive onto her to dive onto him, and she dove and jumped straight back out. So there we go, doing enough burst to take him out. Now we might have actually Rengar managing to actually take her out in return. A flash going over a wall. Is she gonna make it? Rengar is, of course, if he spots her inside a bush, he will be able to jump on her, but it does look like he decides to back off, kind of wasting the ward there. But I guess she did not know that he was going to back off there. It's also going to provide a little bit of vision, I suppose, for the jungle here, so it wasn't completely and utterly wasted. But it could have obviously found a better use if she did spot, or he did spot, the fact that the guy was backing off there. Now looks like Miss Fortune actually went back while I wasn't looking or something. Maybe she just lifestyled that much health. I don't really think so, to be honest. But as I was saying, Zyra is Challenger 1. She is another high-rated player. Actually, Misfortune dropping yet again. It does look like the purple team has quite a lot of harassment here, and especially the fact that it's Zyra taking the damage and not Caitlyn. Actually, Rengar coming in here from the bottom. It does look like there might get a kill here. Zyra getting taken out. Actually, Kazakhs at the same time took Elise out at the top lane, and a clean trade there. So a 1-for-1 in both lanes. I suppose that looks fair. You know, support taken out. Then again, Kazakhs getting fed up pop is not a great idea for the blue team. Obviously, they don't want that to happen now. I'm hearing a lot of pings all over the place, and I guess that was actually Rengar dropping quite low there. So let's look at these guys. I think, never mind, Hecarim incoming here again. We have more action. This game, it just never stops. Looks like Misfortune might get very low here. She does end up actually getting backed off. It does look like Hecarim's going to get pulled under the turret, and he gets taken out with both Misfortune and Thresh at like 1 to 5% health. That is ridiculous. The teamwork involved in this right now, baiting them under the tower, baiting them just to get those tower hits taken, and pretty much, you know, just get killed for no reason at all, just purely because of greed. But then again, you know, you see that opportunity, you go for it, and it doesn't work out because the enemy team planned it and they predicted it. So you get what you get. Now let's quickly talk about these guys before we get engaged on Zyra. As I said, 2809 in Challenger 1. Caitlyn is Diamond 1, 2530, so she is pretty high as well. Let's go to the top. Elise is 2717 in Challenger 1. Against, do we really have more damage up here or down here? This bottom is just ridiculous with all the damage that they're doing. There's so much action just going on, you know, trades back and forth, and everyone's just dropping low, baiting ganks. It's just, that's, I guess, why I do not belong in Challenger League. There's too much action for me to handle right here. So what was I saying? I was going to cover top, and actually we do have Kazakhs might be getting taken off. He does get taken out, yeah. It did look like he did manage to steal some health back, but then Elise does have quite a heavy amount of damage. Oh, look at that, Katarina coming in from the back. She might easily pick off Misfortune here, so this could end up going quite well for her. Actually ulting when she didn't have to, but I guess securing or saving that Elise from getting killed, Elise Zyra from getting killed. So definitely, I suppose, worth it, especially considering Katarina's now at 2-0. She's doing better than Fizz, and Fizz absolutely counters her so heavily. So this is a very good beginning for Katarina. She's basically getting exactly what she had hoped for. So Elise up top, I said Challenger 1, 2717 against Kazakhs, who is Diamond 1, 2545. So both high rated players. Obviously Elise with a bit of an advantage on the rating. A lot of chat. I don't know how to turn off these chat sounds. I really have to get rid of them somehow at some stage. I don't know if they're annoying or not, but they just distract me a little bit. Now the last two people to cover are actually the junglers. Let's quickly have a look at Rengar. Rengar is Diamond 1 with 2536, whereas Fnatic Suarez, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Suarez I suppose, but this guy is, you know, one of them guys that you see playing in tournaments where they have the massive cash prizes, and basically, you know, you have thousands and thousands of people watching. I think usually one of those big tournaments has about 100,000 views. Again, Katarina taking out Fizz. What is going on? Katarina absolutely shutting down Fizz. And here I thought Fizz was going to shut down this Katarina so bad, but then look at it this way. Katarina absolutely demolishing him twice in a row now. Very well played by Katarina. Actually a double kill going off here with the help of Rengar. Actually very, very well played at the bottom. Misfortune at 3-1-2 right now. She is a little bit ahead on minion farm as well, about 20% ahead with her 11 minion difference. But let's get back to Fnatic. Fnatic Seirus. I'm just gonna say Seirus because that's I'm not gonna pronounce the last Q because my tongue doesn't twist that way. This guy's actually at 0-2, so surprisingly he's not really doing very well right now, which I don't know if that's to do with having lag or issues, or he's just getting focused pretty heavily, or being shut down by Rengar. I'm not quite sure right now, but this guy is the highest rated player in this game and on their team, obviously, and he is in Challenger 1 with 2959. And you know, I'm gonna end up actually looking up the the ranking ladder later on. I really would like to find out whether this guy is the highest rated player in the world. I don't know, because 29.59 is pretty damn high for a solo queue. I do believe this is solo queue because obviously none of the rest of the Fnatic team are here unless they're all on Smurf accounts. Look at that, actually Elise spotting Kha'Zix, but she does end up breeding a little bit too much. Of course, Kha'Zix does have that heal, so ending up, there we go, look at that, heals Kha'Zix for 160 if he is within explosion radius. So obviously she got a bit too close, he ended up doing that damage and healing, so definitely a bit of a mishap for, or a mistake rather, for Elise jumping in there like that. So there we go, another double kill for the bottom blue team, as you can, or bottom players at the blue team. Miss Fortune taking 2 kills there, actually 5-1-2. She is absolutely demolishing the enemy Caitlyn right now, especially with Zyra being at 0-4. And as you can see, Thresh is actually, at the moment, he's one of my favorite supports. I don't play him myself, but I think he's a really powerful ally, and the way I see it, I know I shouldn't be talking about balance, but I think he is a little bit imbalanced just purely because of the fact of the amount of CC that he has. I mean, he has Death Sentence, which is basically pulls him for 1.5 seconds. Oh, finally Katarina actually getting shut down here. It does look like she is going to pick up an assist onto Fizz afterwards with Hecarim's help. So there was a gank from both junglers there. Look at that, actually we do have Kha'Zix coming in here. I'm not quite sure if he got spotted. I do believe that the blue team did actually ping him somehow. I'm not quite sure how they saw him, to be honest. But they did ping him, and it does look like they're going to dive straight onto Rengar right now. It might be a bit dangerous, but Kha'Zix is continuing the dive. He is going to drop a little bit low. He might want to back off as soon as possible. He is going to have enough health to survive that. He did not have to shield. The tower did stop attacking him, but of course, better safe than sorry, even though he could have probably waited until the projectile was on its way. Now, 11-9 at this very early game. I mean, we're only 12 minutes into the game. We have 11 kills, 20 in total. 11 kills for the blue team, that is, 20 kills in total. So much action going on in this game. I mean, there's pretty much a kill every 30 seconds right now, the way I see it, after the action has started. Now, Katarina doing an early ult there. The reason she did that there is not to actually attempt to kill Fizz, but rather to wear him down. That is the purpose of Katarina right now. She's doing much better than him. She's at 3-1-2. Why is she not in the middle actually with Fizz? She is at 3-1-2 and he's at 1-4-2. 1-4-1 rather, sorry. She's also ahead on minions, so obviously she has better gear than him. She has better gold income and probably a lot more damage at this stage, even though I would still arguably say that Fizz is still more dangerous with his ult because of the knockup. Now we have actually got an engage here again. Elise jumping up. I'm not sure if she's going to jump onto Rengar or onto Kha'Zix right now. It might be a bit of a sticky situation. She does actually get dived on by Hecarim. I did not see him coming in from the jungle there at all, so he does pick up a kill there. Finally, Fnatic Seruz, I don't know how to say his name, is back into the game. He's at 2-2-2 right now, getting some really nice kills. He did get Locket of the Iron Solaris, so that's going to be a nice item for him to get with that extra shield, which they're going to very greatly benefit. Look at that, actually, Fizz jumping into Katarina, and there we go. Fizz's powers are starting to show a little bit with that ult, just completely shutting down Katarina. I wasn't exactly sure how exactly Katarina got caught out of position there, but I assumed that Rengar jumped in with his ult, because as you can see, he did actually end up just ulting a few seconds ago. So obviously Katarina was not able to spot him. Now, Miss Fortune ulting there. They did move out of position quickly. Caitlyn is going to block that off. They're both going to be in trouble actually. I'm not quite sure if that was a good block. She might have been better off sacrificing the support and killing and surviving the engage herself, but it does look like she might get dropped. Oh my god, look at that, more baiting with Kha'Zix coming in here. It's not Kha'Zix, Rengar coming in here at the perfect time, actually ending up jumping. I'm not sure, did he flash to get into that? I actually don't know. I'm going to slow that down. Let's see, did he flash to get into this position? I do believe he jumped. Yeah, he flashed and then he done the bola strike, and that ended up killing with Miss Fortune's Q, I believe. That probably what hit her there. Or no, it was might have been a crit actually. I'm not sure. Let's see if she actually has crit, just so I can confirm that. She does not, so that was probably just an auto hit. So speed that up again, and we'll catch up to here. I do believe she did get away here, so there's no point trying to watch her farming minions. Now at the top again we have another engage. It does look like Elise is going to be dropping a little bit of health. Kazakh is starting to become quite a menace for her actually. As you can see, he's doing a lot of damage to her. He can just jump onto her and you know, just take off a few hits. He does end up regenerating some health as well. Katarina actually getting spotted here. He does end up regenerating health if he ends up jumping and then using void spike, because obviously that gives him ooh, actually getting caught at a very bad place. But of course Katarina is going to come in here and she does end up getting a kill. Elise does get a kill on Kazakhs, but unfortunately for Katarina, Elise ends up jumping up so she doesn't take any damage from Katarina's ult. Now we do have a counter gank, and then another counter gank going here. So Elise getting taken out finally using Hecarim, and then again Hecarim killed by Fizz. Fizz doing really well considering that start actually. 3-4-1. He did start off at 1-4 if I remember correctly. So he is going to get a blue buff as well now. That's going to be very nice for harassment. And this is going to be the stage where Fizz is going to start to get very, very dangerous for Katarina. He's going to have a lot of damage. He's going to have a lot of ways to... Not a lot of ways, but rather he has two ways of avoiding her ult, as well as an interrupt, which is going to be a big issue for Katarina. Another jump in from Rengar. Rengar is very on top of his game right now with that ult. He's able to catch Katarina twice now with that ult. So I assumed that one of the guys was like, can I get some help? You know, Katarina is, or rather Rengar is here every, you know, 30 seconds, so I kind of need a bit of help. Sorry, what am I saying? I'm assuming that that Fizz was like, look, Katarina is playing really well, I can't really keep up with her, so I'm sure that Rengar can help me out a bit. So he started babysitting mid a little bit, and now as you can see, Fizz 4-4-1, Katarina 4-3-2, so going from such a good score to, you know, just being a little bit positive score. Now the only thing that Fizz is behind on now is a bit of farm, but that is not really a major issue. Especially considering he's about to take a tower as well, so that's a very good thing for him to do right now. Now Elise is going to need a bit of babysitting as well here, because I do believe that Elise is actually in a lot of trouble here, purely because of the fact that that Rengar is just becoming such a troublemaker right now, especially with that mistake that she dove into him there and he ended up healing and surviving. Now Elise, there we go, she is going to get dangerously close to him again. She is going to stun him. He's going to use cleanse and back away. I'm not quite sure if he's going to survive this. He's going to survive the ignite with 20 health, but Rengar coming in here to actually engage in the very last second. Very good. He does end up flashing away, wasting that flash, but the bowler strike does end up catching up and killing him. Now Misfortune finally getting shut down in the bottom. I did actually end up missing that. Look at that, Thresh almost ending up getting Hecarim here, even though I'm not quite sure whether he would have been able to kill him. Even though then again Fizz was here, so I guess maybe perhaps Thresh would have been able to take him out with Fizz's help if he would have been able to interrupt that backing up. Now, how are we doing for towers? 2-0. Blue team is a little bit ahead on towers. The gold difference is very small at the moment. It's about 2.8 thousand gold in favor of the blue team. They also have 3 kill lead, which is mainly due to the fact that Misfortune is actually 4 kills ahead, so she's doing very well right now. Now Caitlyn actually getting caught a little bit out of position here by Fizz and Thresh, so it's going to be very unlikely for her to get away, and as you can see she did get killed. Now there's going to be a counter gang coming here from both Zyra and I keep forgetting his name, Hecarim. But getting denied completely, of course. It's a 3 versus 3 right now, and I'm not quite sure how much. Actually, they both see each other. There is wards pretty much everywhere right now, so you know there's a lot of kind of worry about trying to engage. They all ended up just backing off. Top is going to take a turret, bringing the purple team's turret gain by 1. They're only 1 turret behind now, which means they are going to be coming back in gold as well. They're what, 2.2 thousand gold now. Now Katarina coming here with an ult. It was actually 2 versus 4. Not quite sure if that was a good engage. I'm not quite sure if she was able to see him either. But Rengar is in here with his ult. He is going to pick off Katarina very quickly. Now Rengar might drop to Zyra before getting taken out. No, he does not. Caitlyn takes him out. Never mind, while Caitlyn appears. But a lot of trading, actually, I'm not quite sure if they want to be trading so much though, especially considering the blue team is ahead right now, especially considering there was 4 of them here, so they would have ended up, you know, getting more assists. But right now, the way I see it, the purple team just simply needs to get Zyra a bit more fed. I know she's a support, but I think that a support Zyra is just not as good as having her with a bit of damage. Now this might be a bit dangerous actually. Fizz is going to be able to see, he is going to ult onto Hecarim. Actually Hecarim is going to get caught by Thresh here as well. It does look like he is going to actually end up dropping after all with the help of Thresh. And Fizz, and of course Misfortune coming in here, actually picking up that kill, getting yet another kill, 8-2-3 from Misfortune. She's also 23 minions ahead at the moment of Caitlyn. So she also has, as you can see, she has her Bloodthirster and a Last Whisper finish, whereas Caitlyn is kind of doing a bit of everything right now. As you can see, she's a bit built up towards what I'm assuming is a Phantom Dancer. She has a bit of her Bloodthirster, she just doesn't have it combined yet. Which usually is the typical way of actually building with her, is finishing off that Bloodthirster very quickly. And actually it's quite a very common meta these days that a lot of people seem to be doing this. Now let's see how much of Katarina they're actually seeing. They are aware of her incoming right now. Obviously she's backing off, as you can see. She's safe under the tower. Sorry, there is no tower, so she's not safe under the tower, but of course she does realize that Fizz is here, so he would end up spotting anything coming in to get her. And that is pretty much that. So 21 kills for the blue team, 15 for the purple team. There's actually still 1 tower lead for the blue team, so there is a bit of a goal difference right now. It's starting to build up very slowly, so hopefully the blue team is gonna get a little bit compensated, be a bit more even. Now Katarina actually getting a lot of damage done here to Fizz. Fizz just getting eaten alive there. Now, what did I say about Zyra being not that great as a support? She just ended up catching that at least so badly. And then Katarina is going to end up probably coming in here, probably clean up a little bit with Kazakh's help. Now Render jumping right back onto to Kazakh's, but it does look like not enough damage. Kazakh's a very dangerous champion to take on 1 versus 1, especially if you're a melee champion that can't jump away again, because as you can see, Void Spikes heals Kazakh's for 160 damage at max rank if he's that close. Now look at that, Thresh actually picking up. I have to see this. That was a triple kill for Thresh.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So Thresh grabbing onto Hecarim. Misfortune gets an ult off. Hecarim auto hit onto Thresh auto hit onto Hecarim. And is he gonna I think he did auto hit that as well. Are you serious? And then he ends up getting this as well. Oh my god, that triple kill for Thresh. So there we go, we have a fed support on a blue team. That was a bit of an effed up commentary bit, because I was kind of baffled by the fact that their support simply just got a triple kill. And I'm pretty sure the Zyra kill was an ult. She walked into one of the ult walls, I think, and then Hecarim was an auto hit, and then I'm pretty sure that Katarina may have been an auto hit as well. So there we go. Actually, Fizz becoming such a menace right now. Did you see the amount of damage that he does? If he gets you with his ult, it could just very well be over. He just does a ridiculous amount of damage, just because everything that he has just scales ridiculously well with AP, and especially with Lich Bane as well. So let's have a quick look at that. Fizz attack ranges his target, dealing 100 damage. Plus 5% of targets missing health as magic damage, so the lower they are, the more damage they take. Grievous Wound, which is an active, scales off AP at about a 0.3 to 0.4 ratio. I'm not exactly sure exactly. I shouldn't be here, I should be watching one of these guys. Who am I going to put on? I'll put on Katarina, because Katarina is interesting to watch. Now let's see what we have for vision. Now the blue team is aware of the 2 of them coming in here, and it does look like Elise is going to be safe here. Does she have full boost? She seems to be walking a little bit slow. No, she's okay. But at 25 to 20 right now, 3 to 3, so it is getting quite close again. There's only a 1.9 thousand goal difference in between them, so it's still anyone's game. I'm not going to call it early. There is a tiny advantage for the blue team. As you can see, they have Fizz, who's going to be very dangerous towards late game. Misfortune is ridiculously fed. Rengar is not doing too bad compared to Kha'Zix, who is actually doing about equally, even though now I would say Rengar still has a bit of a lead with all those assists. But the way I see it, Kha'Zix is going to be a very dangerous champion towards the late game, because you know, he's a very common ban, and the reason for that is because he's just such a strong champion towards late game, especially with that heal. He can take on people so easily, you know, just purely because if he gets up close right to your face, you're just in a lot of trouble at that stage. So this game is going to very well be about who picks off, you know, key players first. If Fizz can end up jumping onto Katarina and killing her before she pops her ult, or interrupting her ult, or even jumping onto Caitlyn and just taking her out really quickly, it could be a very big game changer, but just purely because of the fact that they're not going to be there for the fight. There's not going to be any burst, there's not going to be a Caitlyn ult, and of course there's not going to be a Katarina ult, which is even more dangerous. Now Kha'Zix is actually getting pulled in here. He does take a lot of damage, but ends up jumping out. He did also eat the ult from Fizz, so that was a very good engage from them. Kha'Zix taking away pretty much all the damage. Now Katarina unfortunately getting taken out there, and all they traded was actually Thresh, so not quite sure if that was very worth it for the blue team, even though I do see the fact that Kha'Zix pretty much ate all their CC there, all their cooldowns rather. I'm going to quickly go back because I want to see how that happened. Thresh is going to pull him towards them, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. He's going to panic, he flashes away, he ends up taking more CC, used the ult, they miss him though, and then Fizz's ult ends up missing. Miss Fortune's ult doesn't quite finish off the job, so a very good engage from a very bad engage from Thresh. Obviously you couldn't predict that they weren't going to kill Kha'Zix. If they would have killed him, it would have definitely been worth it, but there wasn't really that much that they could have done there, other than just back off and hope that they don't lose too many players. So the purple team kind of in a better position there, I would say, purely because Kha'Zix survived that, so he's not really out of the game. Now Thresh is the blue team's engager, even though he's the support also, so you know, losing Thresh is not exactly the biggest of deals, but because he is their main engager and initiator, I think is the correct word, the only issue with that is that they can't really engage just as well as if, for example, Elise jumps in or Rengar jumps in, then they can just get focused pretty easily. Thresh is actually like a nerfed down version of Blitzcrank's pull. It doesn't pull as fast, it does pull further I do believe, but it doesn't pull as much towards you as well. Now Fizz actually getting caught by quite a lot of CC here. Thresh's Lantern coming in a bit late, even though I'm not quite sure if you're able to click it when you're being rooted down by Zyra's roots, or any root as a matter of fact. I'm not quite sure. But 26 to 23, purple team is starting to come back into it a little bit. It does look like this bursty team is starting to pay off just a little bit, because as you can see, Kha'Zix very bursty, Katarina obviously bursty, everybody knows Katarina's bursty. Caitlyn can be very bursty for passive is active already, because then she can get a really nice headshot, especially if it crits. I'm not sure if it can crit, but I do believe that it can. But 150% damage crit with Caitlyn would really be nice. As you saw there, 450 versus a minion, or 750 when headshot was active. So purple team getting a free dragon here, and I do believe that the blue team had absolutely no idea this was happening, even though this might suggest it, especially considering they're going to spot them coming in from the dragon. So I do believe that they probably are aware dragon was just done, even though I'm not, you know, 100% sure, but at the level of play that this is, I would imagine that they would be completely aware that that was a dragon attempt, and not an attempt. It was most likely an actual, you know, dragon kill. So actually look at that, actually Rengar getting chased back here. It does look like they're going to want to back off here, because of course the whole blue team is rushing into here, and it would have been a 5 versus 4 without Caitlyn, because she just backed off from the bottom lane. Actually, it looks like Zyra is going to get picked off here. She does get pulled by Thresh, and this is why losing Thresh in that previous fight gave them the disadvantage. When Thresh pulls somebody, if he gets them into the team, it could be a game changer. Katarina in a perfect jump, actually going into that bush, not being able to spot it by anybody, but she does actually end up getting killed quite quickly with all that damage. Now that was a crazy engage, a lot of damage going off from everywhere. Katarina getting a full ult, very good damage coming in from her, but unfortunately getting killed very quickly. Actually, oh look at that, that was an unbelievable attempt. I'm gonna have to quickly go back and see this. let's watch how these guys engage. Caitlyn is about to go towards that bush, and then no, she's not. Rengar is going to just go right towards her. Then Caitlyn spots him, she goes towards him. She places the trap, but he jumps straight onto her. She pops her shield. He did not expect this to happen. There we go. He expected her to die there. And then, at the heat of the moment, he tried to flash in and finish her off, but she was just about out of range. That was quite a clever move from Caitlyn. It was very dangerous, but it was very clever also, because she knew he was going to greed on her, just purely because Rengar needs that feeding right now. But she stuck to her guns, she got that shield up, gun rather, and she got the kill in return with the help of the tower. So very, very good, gotta admit. So 29 to 26, very close, only 1.5 thousand gold difference. We still haven't seen a Baron kill in this game. It's 28 minutes into the game. I would imagine that there should be a Baron kill going off eventually here. But obviously, it's all about the situation. You really need to win a team fight. You can't have a few trades, and then go off to a Baron. You need to win one. Quite a distinct victory where you have a big advantage on the players. Where, for example, you have 5 players live and they have 3. Now, not sure why he went right into that, to be honest. I'm pretty sure he could have ended up backing off and getting away from it. But it does look like there's going to be a little bit of passing. I just want to quickly fast forward it just a little bit. I do have a bit extra of this game rendered out into the future. Not rendered out, but rather load it out, because I usually wait for a video to load a little bit before I start it, just in case there's any sort of issues that come up. Plus, if I need to fast forward in a situation like that, always handy. Actually missing that, Thresh could have probably gave them a very decisive victory in that, if he would end up pulling that Caitlyn there, but just about missing. Katarina actually taking a bit of harassment damage. Not quite sure whether she wants to do that right now, because of course, if she gets worn down, she's going to get killed much quicker, and that is not a good idea for them. Now, the purple team is going to want to back up here and be very careful. They don't have any wards. Actually, they're going to place a few wards. I'm assuming that they're going to want to ward here and here as well. Very common locations to place a ward before doing a Baron. But the only thing with that is that if they get caught here, this could be very, very dangerous. Of course, Misfortune could get a very nice ult in a place like this, like something like that. And that can spell disaster for a team when you get caught in a 5-man Misfortune ult. Very, very dangerous. Now Katarina actually spotting here. She might get pulled. Katarina does get pulled, and it does look like we have both Thresh and Elise jumping onto her. Katarina is going to be out of this fight for now. She does end up actually getting jumped on by Elise with a flash, and of course that spider form jump, getting 2 kills onto the blue team. Of course, the purple team did actually manage to get the Baron, so I'm not quite sure whether this was a good or a bad engage. They do end up actually losing quite a lot of players. 4 players down for the purple team. Kha'Zix's just about licking his wounds and getting away there. 1 player killed, but they did kill the Baron. So whether that was a good or bad engage, I'm not sure. Obviously, it could have probably been done a little bit better, but they tried to rush that Baron buff, and at least they got it. Because they got that Baron buff, it might have been better. But now that, as you can see, with Baron buff gone, only 1 player has Baron buff. That's Kha'Zix left. They're gonna take 2 turrets, 3 turrets. So middle and bottom was destroyed, and then it's a 3rd turret being taken out. If they take out this inhibitor, that is going to be a huge fall for the purple team just for a Baron buff. It was originally worth it, of course. It was a good engage in terms of, or a good fight in terms of actually getting the Baron buff, but there we go. Kha'Zix actually getting taken out, so 5 for 1, I believe. Not a very good thing for them. He does get pulled. And Thresh, as you can see, he's such a dangerous champion right now, because not only does he pull you towards him, he also kind of stops you twice, actually. He pulls you, and then he pulls you again. So it's a very dangerous situation when you're fighting against Thresh. You really have to be aware of his pulls. He could end up even pulling Zyra here, which would result in another free kill. The purple team is starting to pull quite a lot ahead there, just purely because 3 towers and a full team for the price of a Baron buff. It wasn't the biggest of falls for the purple team, but it was quite a significant one. because those towers were pretty important, especially considering the middle one. I mean, they pretty much are at the inhibitor right now, so it's going to be a very dangerous situation for them. They really cannot let that happen again. They want to have those wards placed better. They don't want Katarina getting caught like that. Katarina got caught in the worst possible place there, getting taken out before the fight even started. Yeah, she tried getting that harassment out. She was there. I don't think she was there for scouting. I mean, they did have this ward. They were fully aware, seeing as she was able to even target them. But she just got out of position, and that was probably what cost them that fight quite badly. As you can see again, that Thresh is very good with his hooks. What is it called again? Death sentence. Death sentence. Why did I call it in such a weird tone of voice? Anyways, Miss Fortune actually has a lot of health around. She did end up building a Warmogs right now. As you can see, she's at 12 kills, 3 deaths, 8 assists. Doing very, very well. Let's quickly have a look at her gold. 14, almost 15,000 gold. So she is about 2,000 gold ahead of Caitlyn. That's a BF sword and a long sword, roughly like that. So it's going to be quite an interesting, you know, thing to see exactly. Oh, Katarina might get caught here. This could be very, very dangerous for her right now. She does look like she's going to get away here. Just about able to actually jump away, because I do think that Thresh may just have been in range to pull, but maybe that was actually on cooldown. Not 100% sure right now. But the blue team is going to want to put all that pressure that they can right now. I mean, purple team is on the defensive. They're losing on gold. They're losing on kills. They're badly losing on towers. They're 4 towers behind the blue team right now. So it's going to be a very, very difficult decision for them to make when to engage. But that is the problem. They need to engage. If they don't engage, then Thresh engages. If Thresh engages, one of their players is either out of the game, licking their wounds, going healing themselves, or they're dead. So that is what has to be done right now. The purple team must not engage for the purple team must engage and prevent Thresh from engaging for them. If Thresh engages, that can be pretty much a game changer or game ender. I mean, it could be over in the next team fight. At this level, or this, you know, everyone is pretty much 18 at this stage, except for the supports probably. Am I right? Yep. And the junglers. Well, at least Fnatic's Seiruz is not 18 yet. But at this level and time into the game, with the items that people currently have, it's all pretty much about one team fight. One team fight can turn around everything. I mean, yeah, it looks like purple team is a bit behind now, purely because they're up to the inhibitor right here, and you know, they're up to the inhibitor turrets on the other lanes. But think about it this way: if they got a good engage and they took out, for example, let's say Miss Fortune, Rengar and Fizz, then, you know, if they just catch out people really badly, then that could pretty much completely demolish the blue team's base. But unfortunately it didn't happen. As you saw, Kaz is getting a bit out of place there. He does end up getting taken out. All of them having to back off right now. We're going to be on the defensive again. This is going to be again a dangerous position for them, because they could end up actually destroying 1 or 2 turrets here if they wanted to. Now, actually, Hecarim going in here does get an engage in. Thresh dropping a little bit. He is going to get taken out straight away. They take out Rengar straight away at the same time. Katarina getting 3 kills in a row after... Oh my god. Did they really just get an ace? Purple team back in this game. This is what I was talking about. This could be the time that the purple team is going to be back in. They could end up pushing right up to the inhibitor right now. I mean, look at that, 35 seconds until the first person's up, and that's the support. Second person to come out is actually 35 seconds now, and that's Rengar. So all they have to do really is just push towards the inhibitor right now. If they take out an inhibitor, they're going to be perfectly back into this game. They're going to be having just as much chance as the blue team to engage. And the reason that happened was because the purple team engaged. They engaged 4 versus 5 and they still won the team fight. You know why? Because they did not let Thresh engage that. And that has probably been the biggest fault that the purple team has done in this game so far, just purely because Thresh was doing all the engages. Every time Thresh engaged, he took out 1 or 2 people, and that was pretty much it. And that was the biggest problem they had. Caitlyn actually critted for 1.1k there. That is pretty insane. Getting that headshot crit is crazy damage. Now, it did end up getting an inhibitor there. What they want to do next is take out these 2 turrets. That's going to give them a nice chunk of gold. But right now what they're going to want to do is pretty much set up for Baron. Baron is going to be up very shortly. As you can see, Rengar is already here waiting. Let's see what the purple team sees. They see nothing. They do not know this is going on, but they are getting suspicious. Zyra is going to ward this, so they're going to be well aware of it. They're going to probably try to engage it right now. This is going to be a very tense moment for both teams. Whoever wins this, blue team picking up the free Baron, Zyra not able to steal it, and of course purple team was a bit out of position with Caitlyn being back all the way over there. So this is going to be a very tense moment for the purple team. Again, if they let Thresh engage, it could be the end for them. If they engage, it could be the end for the blue team. So anybody's game right now, but it's all about that engage. Don't let Thresh engage. Thresh engages and it's over, most likely. So let's have a look. 125. Thresh actually doesn't have his second boots yet. Kind of a common thing to see on supports these days. They just don't finish it off. Now let's see. They are actually trying to bait somebody to go for the blue, for the red buff rather. And of course they're not being spotted here, so the blue team is completely unaware. And as soon as, oh my god, Miss Fortune might come in here. She might get taken out instantly. They do see her. They're gonna jump straight onto her. They're gonna jump. She has a lot of health. She's gonna do a lot of damage, but she's gonna get taken out straight away. Oh wow, that trap could have just cost the blue team their game. All they have to do now is be aggressive. They must finish this right now in order to finish this game. They're behind it the whole game. Are they gonna end it here and finish and take the lead? Again, engaging onto Elise, probably not the best person to engage, but of course she is kind of full AP, not tanky at all, so maybe it wasn't so bad. But they did take out Miss Fortune there. That was a big step for them towards achieving victory in this game. They're going to try to take out top. It does look like Hecarim is just going to tank it all the way. They're going to probably wait a little bit for, you know, cooldowns to reset. They did waste quite a lot of cooldowns, I assume, on killing Miss Fortune. But that was the most important thing right there. Katarina does have her ult. Caitlyn has her ult. It does look like they're all having their ults back already. They're all just such short ults, as you can see. They're all like under 60 seconds, except for Zyra's Stranglethorns. They seem to be pretty high. Now, they're going to be backing off. I'm not quite sure why they had the lead there. Miss Fortune is going to be back right now. Let's see who doesn't have their ult actually from the blue team. Everyone seems to have it actually at the moment, so that seems to be all in order. Now the dragon is up there for quite a while. Nobody has killed it in the last few minutes, so we'll see if anybody tries to make an attempt on it. I don't think it's that important at this stage in the game to try to get the dragon. Chances are nobody's going to back off again anyways, because the next team fight could either end it or pretty much, you know, if both teams lose the same amount of players, then, you know, obviously both teams are going to have to back off. So dragon is not going to be gotten here. I'm pretty sure they just want to get an inhibitor or two, because obviously when you have 2 or 3 inhibitors down, then you're under a lot of pressure when trying to actually push out, because of course your base is vulnerable to super minions. Now Hecarim going in here, he might try to engage, but they're actually doing quite a lot of damage onto Rengar with that ult, so he is going to be just a little bit down. He's going to of course heal by hitting these minions, or these jungle creeps. So there we go, we might have the engage happening right here in this bush with both sides actually having vision. This probably side is a little bit better for the purple team, just purely because of Caitlyn's positioning. Now Miss Fortune actually getting a nice ult there, but it doesn't really do that much damage, because as I said before, Miss Fortune's ult does scale pretty poorly towards late game. Wow, Rengar actually just about ending up getting away. Katarina not being interrupted. She does actually get exhausted, but not being interrupted, still getting a full ult off pretty much there. So double kill for the purple team. And it does look like the purple team might just end up pulling this off. It does look like Elise is going to be backing off here. She wants to run. She cannot fight anybody right now. But it does look like the purple team just decides to push towards the Nexus. Purple team behind the whole time. They ended up pushing towards the end, and it does look like they might be able to take this lead or this win. Just about able to take out this turret, and it does look like they might just ignore everyone. Or no, they're going to kill Rengar while they do it, and then Elise followed as well, unless Elise just manages to flash in here. But the Nexus does go down. She does actually end up taking out Caitlyn, saying, if you're taking me down, I'm taking you down with me. So that was it. Actually, wait, did inhibitor just respawn? That was the worst possible time for inhibitor to respawn for the purple team. Even though they have plenty of time, I think they have 15 seconds till the first person comes up, and that's only trash again. So I do believe that the purple team is going to call this game, saying GG. I'm sure that was called already a few minutes ago in the chat. But yeah, who would have predicted this? I thought that the blue team was ahead the whole time, and then towards the late game, the purple team pulls ahead. So I do believe. What rating was the Fnatic fella? He was at 29.59, so I'm assuming he'll be about 29.62, 63 right now. So getting close to his 3,000 rating, 3,000 rating mark, and we'll see. Maybe he'll have it in a few days. I'll try to keep track of it. But I hope you enjoyed it, and do leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I suppose leave it a thumbs down, but hopefully don't. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. This is part 5, and this was probably the highest ranked game I've ever played in, or not played, casted in my life. As you can see, 4 players from Challenger. That was Hecarim, Zyra, Fizz, and Elise. The rest were Diamond, and Tresh, of course, being gold player. I mean, you know what? This guy is gold player. He's gold 1, 1812. This guy pretty much, if not for this guy, the blue team would have been out a long time ago. Those engages from Tresh were absolutely phenomenal. There was no fault with his engages at all. He ended up picking off somebody almost all the time. Unfortunately, purple team just completely outplayed them towards the late game. They ended up finally realizing, look, we must engage. We can't let them constantly let Tresh engage. Tresh is the one who's causing us the problems. So once they realized that, they started doing it, and that was pretty much it. Purple team finished it off. So yeah, I'll end it here. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in next part, whenever that is. I'm not sure if the 1,000 subscriber giveaway is already on the way or not. I don't think it's going to take only one day to give away everything that I'm going to be giving away, but hope you all enjoy this. Anyways, I'm just going to end it because I'm going to really talk a lot of crap right now, and it's not going to be very interesting. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. And Vaipo, I'm out. Thanks for watching.